Hey y'all, Jamie, that's me here. I am back. I'm back for us to talk about Love Island Beyond the Villa. I don't expect this video to be really long considering the fact that it wasn't a whole lot that really took place. I mean, we're still dealing with the Kaylor and the Liv issue of it all, them trying to figure out their footing when it comes to this friendship, and a few other things. So let us just chime in. So, of course, Kendall and Janae pretty much pull up on Liv. It looks like they're going to have like a little lunch date, kick back, chill. Kendall, what we learned, is actually going to go on a date with that girl, the girl Alana that he was talking to at the Love Island party the previous week. Yeah, so he is going to take her up on the offer. Now we do see where he talks about how he did go on a date with her. He thinks she's beautiful. He really enjoyed the date with her. The only thing that kind of makes him a bit hesitant about pursuing it is the fact that she is a bit away, right? She's like what, an hour to 2 hours away from where he is, and that's something that kind of makes him question on whether he's actually going to pursue it, because it's slightly a bit of long distance, slightly. And actually, I think he said it was like 2 to 5 hours, to be honest. But that's what he has says. Okay. Now, Liv and Janae, they're chatting, and Liv asked Janae if she spoke with Connor, and she said, "Oh, he was there." He was at the Love Island party. Oh, girl, I didn't know that. Right. So she says that she got the details from Kenny, and she says that Connor reached out to her in the DMs, but she feels like, listen, you disrespected me publicly. So I feel like your apology should have come publicly. However, I'm at this place where I don't really give a damn about your apology now. So what else is going on? Now, Connor told Janae and Kenny about his birthday party. She was like, I don't know why he's telling me about that, because he know I'm not showing up. Like, why are you telling us? Okay. Period. So they're not going to go. Um, Now, Liv doesn't know if she's going to go because she hasn't talked to Kaylor in some time, and she's a bit nervous. Like, girl, I don't know what the vibe's going to be if I see her. So she says she was taken aback. She was blindsided, and says that she loves Liv deeply, and she's hurt. She's hurt that she's hurt Liv's feelings, right? I'm sorry, that she's hurt Kaylor's feelings. So Liv says that she doesn't know why it was an issue that they went to the party, considering the fact that she was scheduled to have a spray tan that same night or that same evening or day. And so Janae is like, I'm sorry, excuse me, like what that mean? Like she can't go nowhere? I holler. And she was like, yeah, no, like you kind of like sticky and stuff, so it's best for you to like stay in the house for like a day or so or something, she says. And she said, oh, well, I don't know nothing about that life, honey, because I'm straight chocolate. I know that's right, girl. I don't know nothing about it, but okay. So Janae says, I'll tell you this though. I would be offended if two of my besties went out to a party and they didn't even think about inviting me. Like I totally would be feeling away. Right. And so Liv says, well, no, I get it. I understand the principles, but she says that she saw that she was upset at the event. Like, okay, like I get it. I understand the principle, but also I don't like what she did. When we were at the event and she was talking to me, I was crying, I was emotional, and she just pretty much laughed about it like it didn't really matter, and that really hurt me too. So yeah, like I'm kind of cool on that. I'm starting to think something different, right? So Liv has this new relationship, and although I do feel like Liv may have her ways, as Kaylor said, as I'm looking at this, Liv is trying this. I don't know the last time Liv had a relationship. Obviously, she went on Love Island because that's something she desires. Now she finds this guy that I guess is a professional athlete of some sort. She may see a lot in him, and she's heavily interested. Maybe when you're trying to form a relationship with a person, it is going to require you to spend a bit more time with them versus your friends. It doesn't mean, to me, in my opinion, that you're like not trying to fuck with your friends at all. Like I feel like that's a different dynamic when you just ice your friends. I ain't got time, I ain't hanging out with you, da 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 da. But I mean, there is time, because if Kayla was in a relationship with Aaron, she would be all about Aaron, right? Now, I personally feel like Kaylor would be all about Aaron more than Liv would be about her person, right? And also, it is very possible, because what Liv is saying about that party, it was an impromptu thing. When you kicking it with your guy or whatever the case is, and he's like, you know what, I ain't even gonna throw no party, we ain't gonna worry about it. And then later on that day or that week, or not so much as that day, but later on that week, like, you know what, I'm gonna at least go out and party. I don't care about having the whole shebang, but I'm gonna just at least go have a good time. It really could have been an impromptu situation where she was like, all right, bet, cool, let me go. Some part of me does believe that she did tell Kendall where she was going to be. Not that she invited him, but Kendall probably, they're so close, they stay in contact, that he probably was like, what you got going on? Oh, now we actually just made the decision to just go over to such and such. Oh, well, yeah, we probably gonna pull up too. Type of thing. Not necessarily inviting him, but still keeping him up to date on where she's going. But I also understand Kaylor's side of it too, where she's like, dang, the optics of it, right? The optics of it looks like you left me out, but you told me that it was canceled, and then now you hanging out, and you hanging out with old boy. Now, granted, if Liv has not already done some of the things that she's already done to make Kaylor question her, that wouldn't have been much of an issue. But being that Kaylor has been making a note of things that this friend has done, yes, when this occurs, I'm gonna feel like you being shady because I already have had that thought in my mind about you anyway. Okay, typically, right? So then let's get to Leah and Serena and Kaylor because they do have a dinner, and Leah talks about Miguel and how he's too good to be true at, a bit like he's too good for her, she feels, and I don't believe that he's too good for her. But she does say that she feels like she don't really deserve him, and he's over here having to clean up something he didn't mess up, in so many words, right? Repair a heart that he didn't damage or whatnot. But I'm like, that's all good. That's a person that does not mind, understands how tough you can be, still wants to love you through it. I think Miguel is a great guy. And they like each other. It is what it is. It's a cute vibe between them. Serena and Cordell were talking about who they believe out of the PPG will get married first, and they definitely believe that it will be Leah and Miguel. I could see Leah and Miguel getting engaged first, but I wouldn't be surprised if Serena and Cordell are the first ones to get married. Now, hear me out. I wouldn't be surprised if they got engaged and probably went and eloped. Still have a wedding, yes, probably a peacock special for the wedding, right? But I wouldn't be surprised if they went and they eloped. With how much time they spend together and how much she loves him, so much so that when she talks about the cat that he has and how afraid of cats she is, she's willing to learn, right, how to get along with this cat because the cat got a lot of lives left and she wants to just be in the good graces of the cat because she don't plan on going nowhere. And the cat ain't going nowhere either, so we just gonna have to coexist and get along, right? So I could definitely see those two potentially marrying first. They might. I could see him proposing, and then later on they potentially probably go and elope, keep it private between them, knowing it's her husband this whole time, and then go and have the wedding, technically. But whatever it is, I truly wish the best for all three of them. I wholeheartedly would love to see three couples come out of season 6 of Love Island USA era and be married. That would be nice. Now, granted, I do believe the first couple from season 1 are still married. I don't think anybody else is. I think Bergie, his person, they're about to get married, right? Some of the couples might still be together and there's no marriage, and then there's a lot of couples that aren't. But if you got three out of one season to go on, get engaged, be married, all of that, shout out to y'all. And for y'all to even still be together a year after the show has shown, listen, that's still a good thing to me too, in my personal. So good for y'all, because a lot of couples don't last before the year is out. Okay. So shout out to them. But Janae, I'm gonna be honest with you, love. I feel like I'm not saying I don't think Kenny's gonna leave her or anything, but I will say you don't be rational all the time. And I don't think that's fair. Okay, we're gonna have to pull you for a seat because you're not always fair to the people, meaning the people being Kenny. So let's keep going. So, of course, they're chatting about that, the dynamics of their relationships and stuff. And Kaylor's like, listen, I want some advice. Can y'all give me some advice? Because, listen, you guys are so in love. You seem so happy in a great place. And I would love that too. Like, I want that too. And they just pretty much tell her, girl, listen, when we were your age, okay, because you are a bit younger than us, we made a lot of mistakes. All we could tell you, really, and I'm paraphrasing, enjoy yourself, enjoy dating, have a great time. It's gonna come, because one thing about life, it's gonna keep going. All right, so it may be a rough patch right now, and that rough patch may seem like it's extending much longer than what you expected, but good things have to come. Okay, keep what the older people would say, keep on living. It's gonna come, right? So Kaylor tells the girls that of course they do inspire her in everything. And then of course she talks about some guy that she's dating. She doesn't know what they are at this time, but they have been kicking it, hanging out, having a good time. Now she tells them about Aaron, because she did have a talk with Aaron, and she's like, guys, once I told Aaron, after we chatted, I asked him if he want to come back to the crib. He was like, no. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know why he would do that. And they looking like, girl, you know why that man would do that. Cause he thought you was trying to, boing you yoing yoing. And she was like, now why would he think that? Cause you know what's up. You know, that's why you invited him. Why would you even say after we talked, I invited him to my house? What is the need to invite him to your house when y'all already talked? In addition, y'all were talking at that moment. There is absolutely no reason to get this man back to your house, but you're missing him. You want him in the same way that you did. And let me tell y'all, you have not done any growth. I'm sorry, y'all. Be mad about it. Kaylor, I'm partly on your side just a piece when it comes to you and Liv, but you have not grown. In my personal, I can't police what you do with your decisions. I do feel like you should spend more time getting to know yourself versus going out there and dating, right? But if you are going to date, which is fine to date, I agree with not jumping in a relationship yet, understanding the realization of the relationship and the dating more so, understanding the realization of the dating, explore, have fun, date more guys at one time, okay, for different things. Somebody may be good to have fun and hang out and go to amusement parks with. Somebody may be a good dinner date. You know what I'm saying? Somebody may be a good book date. I don't know. Travel buddy. Who knows? Date your people. And that's it. You don't need no relationships. I love the fact that Aaron is doing the work enough to know where to draw the damn line and set boundaries. I can respect that with Aaron. Okay. So, I mean, good job on that front. Now, Kaylor asked if anybody's going to go to Connor's party. And shout out to PPG. And this is why nobody from season 7 could ever be that unless you're Shalandria in my personal. Because I can see where Olandria will likely draw the line with somebody on behalf of Chelley. And I can see Chelley doing the same thing on behalf of Olandria. It's given we only got PP, don't really got the G. Okay, don't necessarily got the G. Now the G may be for guys, as in Ace and Nick. Okay, the PPG is given PP guys. That's what it's given. PP and they guys. Because Nick is gonna be on y'all head top, as Ace is likely gonna be on y'all head top too when it comes to those two ladies. Because the other ladies, I don't know. I don't know. Okay, I don't know. But let's keep going. So let's see. Kaylor talks about her friendship with Liv and how when it comes to your friends, you choose your friends in your life and it shouldn't have to be difficult. She says she doesn't believe Liv was truthful and she also doesn't see things going back to the way they were. I don't see it either. And if you ask me, I do think it's best that they just cut this friendship up. Because if you have one friend that is not going to move forward to move towards forgiving or anything like that, and you just aren't sure, I just don't see them being friends. I think they could be acquaintances, but being friends again, let it go. Now, Aaron and Connor, they're over there working out, and of course, they're talking about Kaylor and how she was inviting them back to the house. And Connor's like, "Why would you even want to do that? Like, what's your real motive behind that?" Yeah, Aaron said, "Listen, I just want to keep my distance," and I agree. Serena and Cordell, they're working on a commercial together, getting in their acting bag, and Cordell more so than Serena because when he came out that villa, that man got on it. He just booked him a TV show, I do believe. So he's booked a project, and I'm noticing that Serena is having a bit of separation anxiety. She says, "Listen, this is going to be the longest that we have ever been apart from each other." So she's really pressed about that. Like that villa did a number on them, but I still love that for them. Like they're so used to being with each other, and you want a person that you enjoy so much, right? That you're around. Well, y'all enjoy each other together so much that it ain't really annoying. Like y'all just be chilling, you know? Like I don't know, I like it. Anywho, so Miguel and Leah are at the barn. He's bonding with the horses and things, and it's just only making Leah love and like him even more, knowing how he has been so open and receptive to her animals because that's something she really wanted in her partner. Now, Janae and Kaylor, they chat about the friendship of Liv and Kaylor says she don't really want to involve others in what they got going on. And I said, but didn't you already do that? Didn't you already involve others in what y'all got going on when you first started talking about the matter at hand? Now all of a sudden you don't want to? Okay, Kaylor. So, anywho, Janae says that, listen, I'm just going to tell you now, I don't like the fact that I have to divide my time between the both of y'all. All right. And I feel like if you forgave somebody for something already, you shouldn't have to keep bringing it up, period. Okay. So Kaylor says, she talks with well, that was that. Kaylor goes and talks to her actual bestie that helped her apply for Love Island. And she's just talking to her. And the friend is just like, it's just a really icky feeling. I developed my own friendship with Liv. I really liked Liv at one point. Yes, I was there when Liv was telling lies and her stories weren't adding up. Like we see each other. Like I totally get it. So she doesn't really know how to move when they're all going to be at Connor's party. So we'll just have to see. Because once we get to Connor's party, of course, Kaylor shows up. Everybody's there, aside from like PPG and their people. Connor really did want Miguel and Cordell to show up, but Cordell has a great excuse because he's out filming. Whereas Miguel was like, I'm riding with my lady. Yikes. Okay. Now, what was interesting was Kaylor saying she wanted to introduce her best friend to Aaron, and I'm really like, why? I mean, I guess it makes sense if you're trying to introduce her to the cast mates of Love Island, but at the same time, it's like, do she really need to know him? Y'all ain't work out, but okay. So when he turns around, she's like, "What's your name?" And he was like, "Aaron, what's your name?" And she was like about to go in for a hug, and he kind of stopped because I think he stopped because he like, "Okay, I see the game you on." So I turn around, you ask me my name. I actually, is that what we're doing? We acting like strangers right now? Like, what are we doing? And she's like, you the one that leaned in for a hug. Don't, stop acting like a weirdo. And I'm like, no, you're acting like a weirdo, Kaylor. When you sit up there asking this man, what's your name? And then she says, bro, you're fucking crazy. He's like, you're fucking crazy. And I'm like, Kaylor, you're acting really weird. The way you're acting extremely weird yet again with Aaron. And we all know that you still have strong, strong feelings for this man. That's all that is. Like, it's just unnecessary. Like, you really miss him. So, anywho, Kaylor talks with Kendall and says that she's not interested because Kendall wants her to talk with Liv. She's like, no, and I'm not interested in being best friends with her right now. So, stop pushing the issue. Now, Connor says that he's ready to introduce Aaron to new girls, but the whole time, Aaron not interested in meeting nobody. I'm with Aaron, okay? I feel like he about told Connor this, but Connor gonna do what he want to do anyway, because that's just how he is. Now, Kendall wants Liv to talk to Kaylor, and she said, no, I'm not doing nothing because I'm not the one with the problem. She is. So why would I need to approach her? Now, Kaylor's bestie did approach Liv and chats with her and see how she's feeling and how she's doing. Meanwhile, Connor is over there trying to talk to Kaylor to have the conversation with Liv, and Kaylor's not interested. At some point, Kaylor does go snatch her best friend up from Liv. Pretty much, I feel the reason she did it was for three reasons. One, because I felt like she was really sick of the fact that I feel like she was tired of seeing Aaron talk to other ladies, right? Number two, I felt like she just wanted to go snatch her friend. I'm like, this my friend. Okay, let me get my friend. Bye. And then number three, I felt like she just didn't like the fact that Connor wasn't fully agreeing with her. So she was just over the party and she was just like, let's go. I'm done. Let's go. So she leaves, okay? And she goes on about her business. Now, Janae and Kenny and Leah and Miguel, instead of going to the party, they decide to go out bowling. So they go bowling. And one thing Janae mentions is that I guess Kenny wants a dog. He's never had a dog. So she talked to him about fostering a dog, right? So she thinks this would be a good idea because it'll be a good tester to see how he handles responsibility and a good mom dad type of thing between them as far as being a good parent. But she only wants the dog to exist at Kenny's house when y'all live right next door to each other. And Kenny is like, but I would think that we would be sharing a dog. I said, exactly. Because why should this only be a test for Kenny and not a test for you too? Huh? I guess, child. I just need Janae to be realistic at times, okay? Now, she does decide to do a lunch with Kaylor and with Liv the next day. And Liv, not so much as Liv, but Kaylor didn't know anything about this, okay? So she was surprised when she pulled up thinking she's meeting Janae, only to see Liv there. And they do talk about things, and she tells Liv that she hates to argue with her and that she felt left out when it came down to the party situation. And Liv says, I see how you feel, but it wasn't my birthday. Okay, so Kaylor says, but you did other stuff, other things leading up to that moment that already was like sketchy as hell anyway. So Liv says, well, I'll tell you that you really hurt my feelings when you called me fake. And she said, and that's when Connor brought up, I'm not Connor, but Kaylor brings up the fact that she lied about the camera and all this other stuff. And Liv says, well, I did go through something very serious that night too. I went through something serious the night of the party and you didn't even react. You didn't react. You didn't respond. It was nothing. And I didn't understand. So Kaylor starts crying, child, says she's sorry, she loves her, she wants to be there for her or whatever. She says, but you know about my history, you know about my past. I can't really trust people. I have a hard time. Everybody lies to me and all this other stuff. Listen, the short answer for me, when Kaylor says that she doesn't want people in her life that she can't trust, and if Liv can't understand that, she don't know where they go from here, I feel like y'all should go apart. At the end of the day, y'all should go apart. because Kaylor doesn't seem like, one thing about Kaylor that we do know, I will say, although I feel like she be very authentic to her feelings, at the same time, she has a very hard time letting go of things. I feel like she had a hard time letting go of things when she was on the show last year, and now here we are. She's not going to let go of anything that Liv may have said and done. And if you got to question your friend that much, let them go. I hate to say it. Okay, I hate, like, why are we lying about cameras? High key. Like, to say, like, I know something, I don't know, well, I don't know how everybody feeling about the situation, but for me, to even create a lie about purchasing a camera may be small to other folks, but that's a big ass deal to me. Because BITCH, why would you even need to create a lie about that? It's all you had to do was say, I got it from old boy, he gave it to me. Because when it came down to it, when she confronted her at the party, that's exactly what Liv said. He gave it to me. And then Kaylor had to clock her again and say, yeah, but you also said you bought it from somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? And I apologized about that. So you confirming that you did apologize about it. But now you want to sit up here in front of other folks when they're listening and try and say, oh, well, he gave it to me. Yeah, I do believe Kaylor when she says that Liv cares about how other people see her. 1000%. That's why she was crying. Yes, I do believe that. I don't think that Liv is as innocent to me, and I just feel like y'all should part ways and don't be friends. Keep it surface, I suppose. Like, here, there, hey girl, what's up? But go y'all separate ways. Because if you lie about buying a damn camera that you never fucking bought, BITCH, what else would you really lie about? Okay, but that's all I got. You guys leave your thoughts and comments down below on the latest episode of Beyond the Villa. I am Jamie, that's me, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.
Tell him I preach to the choir. Stand with my feet to the fire. Give all the glory to God. Stand in the midst of these haters, I'm silent, nobody can stop me. Just gotta check in my notification, them numbers hit like it's a proxy. Cashed out at the ATM, and the ATL, they done made a gym. I've been kicking doors like the ATF, got them trying to clone me like Agent Smith. Game time, I invaded gym, high elevated, I can face the rim. Putting shots up, I got laser focus, about to take it over, I'm Invader Zim. On a trip to Florida like it's A&M. Who that nigga, man, they say I'm him. Spit the truth, never wasting film, I can fill the pool, we gon' make them swim. Nigga, front you some man, I just gotta be. Yeah, tell him I preach to the choir.